Hey, and welcome to the show. I'm the Crypto Kid, and in these videos we take a look at Bitcoin and everything else that's going on in the world of cryptocurrencies. So let's check out what's happening in Bitcoin this morning. And if you've been following our channel at all, you'll know that Bitcoin Cash has also been in the spotlight. So let's start off with that. As you can see, we're sitting at 1,500 USD. And if you're just getting up, we had a ride last night. Bitcoin Cash went up to about 2,300 on this chart here. On Canadian exchanges, on Quadrica CX, it hit just over $3,000 Canadian. I think it was somewhere around 3.2. Incredible rise for BCH. And if you have been along for the ride, I hope you've been enjoying it. I myself, like I've mentioned before, am a heavy investor with BCH, Bitcoin Cash. So I don't plan to sell anytime soon, and I do see this continuing. Now, Bitcoin itself is sitting around at where it was yesterday. We had a nice big dip last night at about 5,500 USD, and we've been climbing since then. So, let's take a look at the market and see why this is happening. Well, if you take a look, since the 2x hard fork, we've been seeing, like we've mentioned, money flooding out of Bitcoin and into Bitcoin Cash. Now, you can see on the charts that this is clearly relative. Bitcoin itself has been dropping over the last few days, and Bitcoin Cash has been rising. Bitcoin Cash has a trading volume of over $11 billion. Now that tops Bitcoin, and this is unprecedented in cryptocurrency history, in the history of mankind. We haven't seen this before. So I'm on a few different perspectives here. Yes, this is definitely considered a pump, because how can you not look at this and see that we're driving prices up? But it's not just a pump and dump here. This is not a scheme. Many Bitcoin supporters will say that this is an attack. Not the case. I'll tell you why. In my opinion, you're seeing a lot of things happening. Let's take a look at the fees. First of all, Bitcoin Cash is highly profitable right now. Much more profitable to mine than Bitcoin. And if you look at the parallel here, the chart has been going up and up, and seems like we might be here to stay. As you can see with the pending fork with Bitcoin Cash, this is only going to get better for miners, so it's going to be more and more appealing to stay on Bitcoin Cash's side. Now, this was a chart I showed yesterday on CoinFan. Remember, we were projecting these prices around $2,000? Well, we hit this last night. So if you hit that refresh button, these numbers get a little scarier. Now, again, I want to mention I don't use this site very much, but just having seen it, I thought it would be fun to kind of follow it along over the next couple days to see what these prices do. This site is saying it's going to go up. I feel it's going to go slightly up. To get up to these heights this fast in the next day, I guess it's possible to see at the end of the month. Let's take it. Let's step back a bit though, and just and talk about again why this is happening. So, again, with the fees on Bitcoin itself being so expensive now, $10 is sitting around the average price for a fee. If you're looking to move anything on Bitcoin, it's going to take hours. It's just getting silly if it even gets there at all. So you have to really watch your fees and make sure that you are sending or paying the proper amount of fees, or your transfer might get just lost in the meme pool. It's not very appealing to stay in that area. Now, if you look at this site here, it's called BCHflippening.com. I thought this was kind of funny, but you can see, the market cap is getting bigger, and we're actually at the point where we're getting close to Ethereum for Bitcoin Cash itself. So if you take a look, Ethereum here, its market cap is 29. Bitcoin was getting close. Now we're dipping down to about 23. So this will be interesting to see how that compares, because Bitcoin Cash could take that number 2 seat in the overall market cap. But as we look at the fees for Bitcoin itself, as I mentioned, back in 2014, it was pennies to trade anything on Bitcoin's network, and now we're looking at $10. And with Bitcoin Cash, the fees are 10 cents maybe at the max, maybe a little bit more depending on what you're moving, but it's really competitive. So it will continue to be that way. Excuse me. And with Bitcoin miners looking at Bitcoin Cash, why wouldn't they mine a larger block? Even if they want to mine 1.1 megabytes. They can do that on the Bitcoin, and it's much more competitive. The prices are much better. Clearly, that's what we're seeing. And the miners, look at the miners that are dedicating themselves to Bitcoin Cash via BTC, BTC.com. It's pretty exciting to see everybody jumping in here. Antpool, 11%. There's a lot of support happening here. And again, the profits with this are continually going up, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. So where did we end up here? If we land on Bitcoin.com news, this is again the big news here with the large prices that we're seeing with Bitcoin Cash. So this is a neat article to check out. But again, they do talk about the fact that the hash rate is going towards BCH, in some areas being 100% more profitable. And you can see that all over the fees again here. So something interesting to keep an eye out for. Now with the SegWit 2X fork, it has been canceled, and yet there is this fear or FUD that there might be small amounts of miners continuing with that. And like I mentioned before, again, in my opinion, that's only going to freeze up the Bitcoin network even further. So with prices coming back, this is good. I like to see that with Bitcoin. I've got a lot of friends that have money in Bitcoin, so I'm sure this is a nice feeling to see the equilibrium come back up to where it was with the Bitcoin network there. And I'm sure we'll continue to see money flowing back into Bitcoin, but in the long run, I'm supportive of Bitcoin Cash, as you know. So otherwise, Bitcoin Gold is in the news today. I believe today is the day that the network will be up and running. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out, because I know a lot of exchanges have been waiting for this to happen, and it should be quick to transfer over power to the users. So if you've had your Bitcoin on an exchange during the fork, networks such as, or exchanges like Quadriga CX, I'm sure will release the funds today as well. But I'll keep you posted on my Twitter. If you don't follow me, check us out, The Crypto Kid. We do posts quite a bit, and again, we do daily videos on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. And something I wanted to mention, if you're not storing your Bitcoin Cash or other cryptos offline, you can check out the Nano hardware, the Nano S, which is made by Ledger. I saw this ad on Amazon. Got to watch the prices here. They do fluctuate because they're mainly done by third parties, or sold by third parties, I should say, through Amazon. So you'll watch this price and it will fluctuate. But I did see this. I thought it was a pretty cool deal too for $174. I use Ledger and Trezor and other wallets, but this is a really good one because it allows you to use a ton of different varieties of cryptos. It's the widest range I've seen for hardware wallets in terms of what you can store. So check them out. I'll leave a link below, as well as a link to Quadriga CX and the articles in this blog. And if you liked, again, please hit that subscribe button. I'll keep posting and keep following along with Bitcoin Cash, because surely we're going to see some more movement as people get shaky hands and sell off. This will continue to rise as people realize how the fees will continue to revolutionize business and other places around the world, especially when others only make $12 to $10 a month in some places around the world, and that's one transaction fee for Bitcoin. So interesting. We'll continue to monitor this, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.